Good morning, Hawks. Today we have a special year in review show for you. We have had a lot of clips, and this is still just a small sample of all the amazing events that happen around the school years. Be advised, the show is 20 minutes long. Teachers, feel free to stop at 6 minutes if you need to get back to class. The show will be on our YouTube channel, Hawk TV, along with graduating and moving up assembly. But first, please stand up for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This year started off with a spirit-filled homecoming week. The King Adam Lorraine and Queen Leon Weatherby. Now here's the clip. HBN is SLSN. Sound Life Sports Network cover about 60 different full-length sports contests and events a year. Here's just a few highlights from fall sports.
Nice job getting open. That's Carbajal at the 38 to the 20, trying to be chased down by Bangsberg. Not gonna get him. Touchdown, Terrace. Edgar Carbajal with the 64-yard touchdown from Martineau. Direct snap this one to Brandt. Trying to, and is stuck at the 16-yard line. Oh my goodness, who was that? Brandon Bach. We can never know. Austin Bach with a little bit of an end around. Sweeps out to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrace.
Dawn, 12-8, the Linden Lions lead currently. Hawks will try to regroup. Scarlett the serve. Heineck, Parsons, cross Goodmanson. Big time slamma jamma. Not being able to be corralled by Linden. That's gonna, well, Price back to serve for the Lions. Calhoun, Parsons will set it up. That one for Goodmanson. Price as well to keep that one alive. Sent back over from Linwood. Calhoun, Parsons sets it back for rolled on. Tipped and it's gonna get in there. Point Mount Lake Terrace. We rolled on.
In November, students exercised their First Amendment right to free speech and let their voices be heard about this year's presidential election.
Protesting racism, inequality, sexism, Islamophobia, xenophobia, the wage gap, many things wrong with the country today. We are standing for equality and unity because right now this country is living in fear and living in hate.
We also have a plan for moving forward.
We need to change things. We need to live in love and send love. And, you know, we have a voice. We are the youth. Staying here, there's no point going to say no. And we're doing something about it.
Some are a bit confused about the protest.
I don't understand why they're walking out if they're living in this state because, well, our state voted for Hillary. What are you protesting? Who are you appealing to? You've already made your voice heard.
In the theater, Terrace Idol crowned this year's singing champs.
Tanner And the winner of 2017 Terrace Idol is
The basketball season started off with jam session, and wrestling paid tribute to their seniors by holding their senior night in the theater.
There's the snap.
There he goes. He brings it back to the mat.
Punches
30
in the
seconds
underhook. And just,
in the first.
That's all he needs to do. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that was a jag
Beautiful
leg.
jag leg. Straight to the back. I believe that's a pin.
It's so hard to get up once a heavyweight is on top of you.
Been a pin. But yeah,
Now he's going
from
for
what I've heard, he's a very unorthodox wrestler.
Oh, he puts in the cradle. Oh,
straight to the
he's gonna
shoulders.
stack him.
Straight to the shoulders.
If he was
That's
able to
a
hook
pin.
the leg.
That's a pin.
One.
That's a pin.
But Maldo's doing a really
Oh,
good job.
and he hooks the leg. Preventing.
Our spring sports had an amazing season. Here are the highlights from soccer, softball, and baseball.
They do here. Nice kick on goal into the back of the net.
Wow.
Marysville Pilchuck takes the lead with 4:18 to go.
I saw Hanaro get a hand on it. Not sure who that fell to. It's good to see him mature and just put his hand up and.
Bobby Stoyanov with a little bit of a run
could
towards
do
the
it.
goal, left side, shot on goal! It's in the back of the net! The Bulgarian, the bulldozer does it! The team is coming out to celebrate. The Hawks are victorious here tonight. First of all, you fall behind with under 5 minutes to go. What are the thoughts going through your head at that point?
At that point, I mean, you could tell some of the guys were a little demoralized, but, you know, I was like, I'm a junior, not a senior yet, like most of the guys, but, you know, I did my best to keep the guys' heads up, and I just talked to Gavin after that goal. I was like, this is where the big guys step up, and luckily Diego scored a great goal right at the end and gave us a good chance.
And the 3-1 swing and a pop-up deep. Back goes Davis to the wall. Out of here! Zink with a solo home run on a 3-1 count straight away center field.
A big smile on her face. Jazz is having a good time as she gets to home plate, mobbed by her teammates. And close to doing so in time. He could have been given an additional base. That ball's lined up into the middle, center field. Here comes Kim. Throw to the plate. It's going to be offline. The Hawks with their 4th run of the game. Adam Lorraine with an RBI single.
First time looking at Spiegel, though. 2-1. Hit. Ripped down into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Kumai will score. Bo will round third. Or it's Coleman. Coleman will round third, and he will score. And Kendall Yackley is in with a 2-out double.
To honor graduating Hawk athletes, Terrace held its first ever signing day.
First, signing certificates signifying their commitment to attend their college. Jared Maxfield, Bellevue College baseball. Carson Dallas, Pacific University baseball. At this time, the following student athletes will be signing international letters of intent. Kira Doan, Western Washington University softball. Catherine Gustafson, Gonzaga University, cross country and track. Jessica Ahn, University of San Diego, cross country and track. And Braden Sims, Western Washington University, cross country and track.
Mount Terrace is the STEM magnet high school for the Edmonds School District and hosted the annual STEM Expo where hundreds of middle and high school students showed off their projects that they made for their STEM. Also, the Terrace Robotics Chill Out team, 1778, had their best season ever and went on to compete in Worlds.
Oh, you're going to actually have a board?
Robotics has two different parts to it. The first part is our VRC, Vex Robotics Competition, and they build much smaller robots, and these robots compete on a small field, and they do tasks such as lifting things, putting things in buckets, and this year they had to throw a deformed shape over a fence, so that was their big challenge. And then the bigger robots called FRC, First Robotics Competition, they build 120-pound robots that compete on a basketball-sized field. All right, so
Hawkeye reporter and editor Steffi Smith was recognized by the Washington Journalism Education Association as the Student Journalist of the Year.
Since Steffi Smith's mom is which I really am just saying, but
The Terrace Music Department hosted the Jazz Symposium, where over 20 jazz programs participated in sharing and playing music. Edmonds School District hired a new superintendent, Dr. McDuffie. She toured MTHS and had a first-hand look at the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious things happening here.
So guys, this is the superintendent. I don't even know where our superintendent is. There we go, thanks. And a whole bunch of other folks who I don't know who they are either. Keep doing sciencey stuff.
Word of Terrace excellence even reached Governor Jay Inslee as he paid a visit to see for himself.
2 weeks ago, the governor of the state of Washington stopped by Mountlake Terrace High School to tour 3 of our major programs. He started in the STEM room, where he talked with students from different projects and clubs in STEM. He then moved to the Hawkeye room, where they took a group photo and discussed some of the modern challenges with journalism. On his one to see Jazz 1 perform, he was stopped by Mr. Sood in the hall, who presented him with some Terrace gear and a photo of the governor playing basketball in high school. One of the tour guides for the trip was Natu Abraham. I got the chance to sit down with Natu and ask him about what it was like going around with the governor.
It was a cool experience. He's really a good guy. I never really knew about him until the day of. And he's very humble, very he knew everything about our programs, our STEM program, jazz program. He's very smart, and it was an honor to let me tell him what I did for the school, and he's very curious about myself and curious about the students in our school. And yeah, it was a good experience, cool experience.
So how did you get chosen to walk in? Was there like an election, like an elimination kind of thing, or what was it like?
So what happened was that Mr. Schwab got me a ticket, a little pass to his office. I was kind of scared for a bit. He told me, hey, I want to give you the honor to guide our governor for Friday. And I'm like, all right. And I barely knew about him, but I did my research.
Then he joined Jazz 1 for a performance of Such Sweet Thunder, wrapping up his tour of the school.
Terrace experienced staff changes. Behavior coordinator Michael Boxey left Terrace to pursue a career as a firefighter. Before he left, here's what he had to say.
My biggest influence for coming back here as a behavior coordinator was my experience at Mountlake Terrace High School when I was a student. I got in a little bit of trouble when I was at Terrace, and I did some things, made some mistakes, and I wanted the opportunity to kind of give back to my local community. So coming back to the school where I graduated from was obviously ideal. But also dealing with students who kind of have taken the same path as me as well, and kind of guiding them a little bit and giving them some information and things that I wish I had access to when I was in school. I would say for me in general, working with you guys being young, I feel like you guys kind of keep me youthful, and you guys kind of keep me a little bit more informed as far as like what's going on, as far as like the perspective that you guys have of the world. I like working with you guys and kind of feeding off you guys a little bit from that, as far as me personally, as far as like overall, like in my life. I feel like you guys have really impacted the way that I look at how I deal with my own children. I have 2 young kids, and kind of and my parenting skills have definitely directly been impacted by working with you guys as students. And
that's our Hawk Broadcasting Year in Review. Also, as you may know, Greg Schwab is leaving Terrace to become the Edmonds School District Assistant Superintendent. To close our show, here's a clip of Gangster Schwab being as cool as a G can be as a BMX bike flips over his head.
Extra speed, Mount Lake Terrace, let's do this, 3, 2, 1.
But regardless of how gangster is used, the meaning is really simple. It signifies excellence. And back to Mr. Wayne's lyric, gangsters move in silence. They go about living their lives, striving for excellence, but not looking for recognition. And so I offer this advice to you as you set off on your next steps. Go be gangsters,